As their health drops low, the Immortal now is at 25%.
Back down, Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the Lurking On. Catching 2, but this time On is gonna be the first.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruben's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not gonna matter.
Here comes the Blowboss on the backside. The Visual gets under and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting struck down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk now. Taco's having troubles. He's relying on me to do something. And I see that Dorf is in here. We were talking about him earlier. It's unfortunate there's no audio for Taco. I don't know if he wants me to just ramble on or just keep talking so he can try and figure out what it's going to take to fix. Words. I'll keep talking. Okay. I froze. I'm not good at just rambling and talking. Of course Celadorn would blame me.
Words. Words, words. Words. I hear you. Now they don't hear you. Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright, that's right. Properties. Success! Howdy, hello, welcome to twitch.tv/ElTaquito. I'm Taco, I'll be your host tonight. I know the maps are wrong. I thought I fixed it. I will fix it right now. Okay, I need to type things in the right spot. Do you have the things written down? Battlefield.
BOE, Brexis were banned by CCS,
Cursed,
and
Alterac.
the Army banned Cursed and Alterac, and Army also picked Shrines.
Battlefield, yeah.
I've seen lots of BOEs banned lately.
Yeah, people don't like these 2-lane maps.
I don't know. I mean, we we literally just learned our type hates BOE, and it's like, well, that's odd. I thought we liked it. So sometimes it takes a full season to learn that a map is hated.
Right? Well, I spent so long learning how to play Hanamura, and then it got taken out of rotation. I was so sad.
I didn't bother learning to play it. We just let teams take us there, and it's like, okay, we're gonna pick good camp clearing heroes, and then we're just gonna run it down.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of times how it works. So Wolf, now that everything's fixed, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Good. So we're gonna go to Infernal Shrines. This is a matchup between Kel'Thas Can't Spell with an oversized logo, and U.S. Army Esports, and going into Infernal Shrines for game 1.
Should be interesting.
Oh, I just realized my profile level's at
already favoring the CCS side? Don't care about the Army since you're a Navy guy?
No, well that's not. I like my brother. I like my brothers in arms.
Just teasing, yeah. No, that's really interesting that they're actually a team for the Army. It's really cool that they were able to get that many people to do it.
Yeah, well, I've been noticing that that the military is trying to get involved in things because you have like the you have Army, Navy, Air Force boxers and things like that. And originally when I went in, I was hoping to get an opportunity to try boxing at my light ass weight class, but my job wouldn't let me with it. So, ooh, a big old mug of apple pie. Yeah. Oh, that's my wife. Oh, best wife. I said, hell yeah. All right. Now that we've gotten all those distractions out of the way,
Why did I leave the lobby?
I've been tossed from the lobby. All of the problems today. I love it.
Everyone left the lobby.
So Kelladorn, I asked them. They are all. They are all active or a few reserves, and they say the official team, the official esports or HOTS team for the Army, which is something that the military has been trying to get involved in. So, as you just heard us talking about.
Yeah, that's. I think it's great that the military is letting people have like teams and stuff for esports.
Although I will, I'm gonna try to be nice to him. Norris, I mean, but this is an alcohol drink, so I don't know. This is the only point in time where I'm going to take a moment to directly be mean to my brothers in arms, because at home we're rivals, overseas we're brothers, right? Oh, I didn't. Oops. Thanks for the invite. I did not see the.
I thought it was backwards. I thought overseas you were brothers and at home you're rivals.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? That's what I meant.
I think you said it backwards.
If we run into each other in a bar overseas, we're taking care of stuff. And if we run to each other in a bar over here, there might be a fight. So, but I will say, compared to the job that I had then to the job that these guys probably have, they're in a position where they can get on every week and play competitive esports. And that's definitely not the worst job in the military. And so I don't envy their job at all. I'm going to assume they've got it pretty good compared to the types of things that I used to do. So, and I feel like I said that in a not mean way, even though I said it was the only mean thing I was going to do.
Yeah, they would like to know if we are ready.
I'm ready. You ready? I told them so.
I'm ready.
They
just can't hear say we're ready.
Right, no, exactly. What is happening?
Did it? What? Wow.
So, okay, so just so everybody understands, we're getting in the lobby, and this is the second time in a row that the lobby's crashed when we tried to start. We go in the lobby, they start, it kicks us out. So we're trying to figure out what's going on.
This is.
Let's see if I can do it. In Bronal Shrines.
Third time's a charm.
I name one team and just the captain of the other. Jeez. Oh man.
Right.
You know what the nice thing is? Their portraits are coordinated enough that it's easy. Alright, tournament draft, no match history, team 1.
You mean as in one actually matches their team's name and the other is mix and mash?
Right, but the one that matches their team's name, I know they're all on the same team and I can just put them together.
Yeah. We had our portraits synergized for last season. This season it's like, we're just gonna pick whatever we want. And I found the rubber ducky Falstad, and it's like, oh, I have to use that one now.
Oh yeah. Well, we started using Stabby Brightwing.
Yeah, Stabby Brightwing's a good one. But I mean, Falstad on a rubber duck, like, you have to want that mount now.
Right.
Like, then the Ghost Falstad, great one, but
No, it didn't work. Oh no. Why? Oh. Everyone panic. I love it. All right, I'm gonna restart HOTS. I think everyone else is restarting HOTS. Guys, this is why we come to the taco truck, where every day is Taco Tuesday. Normally I'd have a lot more fun things to say, but right now I'm just trying to play some damn games that I'm not even playing.
and I'm just trying to watch people play the damn game and sort of tag along with what you're saying.
Yeah, sure. Hey, as long as you don't say anything's wrong with it, then everything we say is absolutely intended and coordinated.
Like, yeah, we're gonna try and watch this match. We're gonna try and watch the door feed the whole entire game.
Yeah, and see if maybe Wolf gets a kill. Wait, hang on.
That would be awkward if I was able to get a kill.
Just
I mean, I think you got like a 10-person kill in that last one.
I did. I slayed the entire team. All right. Hang on. All right, they want to. All right, I threw up a lobby link, and we're gonna hop over to Discord or to the other Discord to meet up with the captains. So you're gonna lose the beautiful Wolf, and yeah, but you're gonna get to hear this conversation.
We can dream.
All
All
right.
right, let's give it another
it-
go. This is weird.
Is all of this okay to be on stream? Because I'm not like stopping or anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll try one more time. Maybe we'll try like I can't imagine logging out and logging back in would change anything.
Oh, Crush, you're not supposed to be an observer.
That's true.
You were supposed to be a. Oh, it's because I didn't change to draft mode yet. Yes, dear. I am. Or I will in just a second. Is it Drag
Eric's
telling
with
me to
me.
make everything work properly? Oh, all right. I'm looking at chat.
Pat's saying it's
Crush, I have a very important casting question.
Yeah.
How can we redeem taco points to make Crush do push-ups?
Now I gotta do push-ups for other people's streams. Oh my god!
Ooh, hate to see it, man.
Oh
Damn.
man. That's gonna sound like a no, Celadorn. I'm sorry.
Everyone's just trying to farm up these bananas.
All right, Tetra seems to have gotten lobbies to work somehow, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, we'll try a couple more times here.
Frat
yeah.
sure made
If it's
a
just-
lobby.
So did
Frack
we.
made a lobby.
Oh.
And the North left a lobby.
Everyone gets a try until we make it in here.
Dwarf, get back in.
Dwarf's like, oh, they made the lobby. We should go there.
Yeah, sure. Let's go over there. Then I'm not driving.
Let's go to theirs. I'll leave this one.
Oh no, my team's leaving. No, this is getting confusing.
All right, I'm going to theirs. No! Oh no, theirs is gone too.
Oh dear.
Goodness.
Hey, 15 times the charm.
Taco, is your lobby still up?
Yes. Now it is. If you're my
Okay.
friend, join off me.
I'm gonna scroll up and hit Taco's link again. Game
Nope,
is no
new one,
longer
new
available.
one. It's a
There's a
diff-
new one.
Yes.
Okay.
New one.
All right.
New Taco lobby.
Swap with
We've
Fracture.
got people.
All right. Swap with Team Soul. Team Swole.
Team Swole on the right. Yeah. Just move me to the left. Michaelin's on the left. Surefire's on the right.
Yeah. player. Oh,
You get
and
Wolf.
I need to swap with. Where is Wolf?
Wolf's
Oh,
on
Wolf
the
is.
left.
I see. I see. I see.
There we go. All right, we'll try. Set me as captain, and we'll try again. If it keeps breaking, then maybe we'll just reschedule or something.
I mean, I have another idea if this doesn't work.
Control Alt Delete.
Well, no. So if it doesn't work, let's see if we can do a blind draft, and we'll just do comms for pick band or for the band phases. Like we'll just do drafting comms and then blind pick it.
I follow.
But let's hope this works. It works instead. Is everyone mostly ready?
Yeah, we should be fine.
All right.
Should be good to go.
All right. Here's hoping, and if we get in, then we'll all split up and go to our places.
Gotcha.
All right. All right. Starts pressed.
We're still in it.
No.
Boo.
Oh man. How did Tetra make it work?
Maybe you just got lucky.
All right. I'm gonna see what's happening because there is, I'm sure, something put out. Oh, I see. No, that was a ping in the coin flip channel.
Checking.
Uh.
I don't see anything in announcements yet. Storm Div. You guys having lobby issues? Yeah.
So they just did it a few times.
That's 4Drive.
Just brute forced it until it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, that one seemed the closest that we'd got. Took 5 seconds to not be kicked out.
Can we try making a standard lobby and seeing if it lets us go through to hero selection, and then maybe we can use like a website to draft or something?
Okay.
But I'm interested if it's just tournament draft or if it's any kind of lobby.
Yeah, let's try that. Infernal Shrines, create, and we know that Crush has, or CCS, sorry, Crush is easier to say.
Yeah.
Make observer, anybody that has me can join off me, I'm posting right now.
I'll wait a couple seconds before I hop in.
I mean, the portraits are fairly well coordinated, so I can do things with it. So it's easy to switch everyone around, or easier than it could be. But waiting is still appreciated because that's less work. So, but don't have to go out of your way for it. I wonder if it's the no match history causing problems. But I don't want to do that yet.
I don't think I didn't change it to no match history on the first go.
Oh, okay. How rude of you.
I know, right? Everyone will see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never saw a reason for matches because all the data gets aggregated on websites anyway.
I mean,
for practices and stuff, sure. For scrims and whatnot,
but it it forces people to scout more.
Just a
missing
more.
Ulysses.
He's on the other side.
Who?
Oh, Ulysses is on the left.
Then we're missing
Unicorn, I think.
Missing the old unicycle. One sec.
Unicycle, that's the one. All right, let's try a standard lobby. If that works, then are all those old websites still functional?
Which ones? Oh, drafting ones?
Yeah, like from like 5 years ago.
I mean, if y'all are okay doing it in comms and y'all want to hop back and forth to your discords to discuss, like, let's just get a game made, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm running it.
All
right, we're here. We're here. I'll pull up Notepad or something.
I have pen and paper right in front of me.
Is that Wolf?
Yes.
Cool. If that works for y'all for keeping track. So Kael'thas Can't Spell has first ban. And we're gonna so at this point, all of these pick bans are locked for this match unless it gets rescheduled, right? Is
Say
kind of
again, sorry.
so from the way I see it, as once we start naming things, those are locked for this game unless the match gets rescheduled.
Understood.
So
Yeah.
even if we have to keep restarting or whatever until we give up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, everyone click on the question mark guy. I mean, I'm not showing
Well,
anything
just for-
on stream.
I just
Just
meant
for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so that no one accidentally shows anything.
Oh, I see, because it still shows up on the other side while you're hovering.
Yeah, I didn't want anyone to say like, "Oh, you guys saw our draft." You know, I
Okay.
just didn't want to.
Hold on, I'm going to be back in like 5 seconds. I'm just going to explain to my team what's going on.
Yeah. What about that that good old U.S. Armed Forces innovation, huh?
Just pen
One
and
of the
paper.
mo-
It makes sense.
Yeah.
One of the community mods just said, "Make sure everyone is not in a party. Both teams, everyone be solo when joining the lobby."
Oh.
Is that it?
I
Do you
don't
guys
know.
want to try that real quick?
Yeah. Once Crush gets back, let's try.
All right,
we
I'm
can.
here.
Oh, so someone else said that everybody has to join, or no one being in a party.
Yeah, that's what he said to
Indeed.
try. I don't know if that's actually gonna fix it. He just said try that.
Well,
So
Let's do the draft now. And if it breaks again, we'll just reform, not in parties. We'll still have our draft.
okay. And Wolf, keep track of this so that we can submit it later because it won't get pulled in because it's a blind pick. It won't get pulled in picks bans properly.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If y'all want help with driving, I'm happy to.
give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Does Army need to go explain what's going on to their guys?
I
And we can type it out in
yeah.
chat as we go too.
I think Fracture hopped over to do that.
I'm
I
here.
left.
I'm
I left
back.
party chat. There was like too much talking. My head was gonna explode.
Right.
Yeah, I am back. I left party chat as well.
All right.
Okay.
So, Crush first ban.
Okay, I'm going to ban Rainer.
Rainer first ban.
Okay. We are going to ban Diva.
Okay. We're banning Tychus.
Okay. We will ban Chromie.
Insert
Okay.
lots of awesome commentary about these bans and why they're effective for this map.
There was no Space Marines going to the Army this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're picking Diablo.
Ooh, what a crazy first pick. How's esports going to respond?
We are going
I'll stop
to...
so y'all can focus.
Yeah, give me just a second.
All good.
You said you picked Diablo, right?
Yep.
We are going to pick Varian and Stukov.
All right.
And then I'll have my guys show those heroes. There you go.
Cool.
We're going to take.
Oh, then I can show draft. Sweet.
We're going to pick Hogger and Cassia.
Okay. And then it's our ban first, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Yep. God, this is nuts. Oh man.
Better write this down on the side.
It's a very
too.
old school feel to it right now.
Yeah. Can we show Hogger Cassia?
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to ban. Damn, I don't even know if I was allowed in the timer, but we are going
That's
to
fine.
ban
No, it's fine. This is different.
Brightwing here.
Okay, Brightwing ban.
Right band. Okay, I'm just writing down the picks and stuff because this stuff is gonna go away.
Yeah, I know.
Varian, Stukov, then we did Hogger, Cassia, ban Brightwing.
Okay, so
Okay.
Crush your ban.
Yeah. We're gonna ban Tassadar.
Okay. And then we get 2 picks here, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. We are going to pick Falstad, and we're gonna pick Leoric.
Stad, Leoric.
Pick Falstad, Leo.
Okay. We're going to pick Lili and Hanzo.
Lili, Hanzo, and then this should be last pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me just a second.
We'll pretend I'm showing Hanzo. Here, I'll show Hanzo. Oh, hey, it worked. That was
With
weird.
every death comes honor,
Because it's not me, I'm an observer.
redemption.
Do it yourself BlizzCon 2015.
We will take Orphea here.
And last pick, Orphea.
All right. No break one time. I'm gonna hit the ready button.
Alright, let me go ahead and save this real quick. CCS, USAE, draft. That way we have it in like 20 different places.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm ready.
Just
Yep.
need to
Give her a
have-
try. If this pops properly, then I'll go back to my Discord.
Okay,
think we just
Orphea's not showing yet. And if y'all need to pause as we come in to get situated, like that's cool.
Understood. We're good to leave the Discord?
Let's just wait until it gets set up, and then when we get in, I'll call you real quick. And
I have
we'll
a
get going.
feeling it's gonna kick us out as we get ready.
I'm gonna be really
Probably.
sad, honestly. If this kicks us right now, I'm actually gonna cry.
Right, but at least we'll have the draft taken care of. All right, I have the start button up, starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right.
my-
See you in there.
Is it working?
Hey, we made it.
Hey! Oh no. Oh no. No!
No!
Oh man!
That feels real bad.
Dude, that's. I feel like we're being trolled right now. There's someone in Blizzard who's just sitting laughing at us.
Let me.
I know there is. Some dude in some little office.
Alright, do we want to try the everyone join separately thing?
Sure.
Okay, we'll try that. If that doesn't work, then we'll have to choose a different day.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least,
I'm gonna go back and explain to them what's going on, and then we'll try that.
Alright, I was just gonna say, because someone let the mods know, like, we're not all rescheduling for no reason. Someone. Ooh, I'm gonna hit the forums real quick and report this in case someone.
Yeah,
has
that's what I was thinking
Back in
about,
a
like, going
moment.
to look at that.
Here's the Storm forums. Let's see. How do I find latest? Latest was 3 minutes ago. I'll make it, I guess. I'll post on it.
I
Okay.
just.
Our party is disbanded.
How do you even post? I'm tripping.
Oh, they don't like you being able to post in their forums. They like send you through absolutely everything.
Oh, and the bug report? Yeah, you gotta like log in, do all this
Do they
extra
really?
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
They did a
gosh.
lot of stuff a bunch of years ago now. Like for a bit, they had it as you had to post under your your real name that you registered your account under, because the forums were so toxic. But I think they stopped that because that was
Okay,
really
new
bad.
topic. Custom games cannot be started. Whether in draft mode or blind pick.
Okay, I'm gonna make a
Clicking
lobby.
Crash
Post said
relative
lobby.
queue
This is
screen
USA.
whenever
Okay,
a
lobby is
custom
up.
game is started. Alright, I put it on the forums. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
That is really a hassle that you have to log in and do all this just alright.
Yeah.
Dude. Whatever. Alright, Link is there.
20th time's a charm, guys.
Yeah,
Get
this is
it.
our moment. The only thing is, I think one of my players' team, Swole, is unable to use Discord, so I don't know if we can actually afford to not be in party chat.
Does team check work for this?
Oh yeah, you're right. In-game team chat.
Should be able to do that. Yeah.
For what?
Cool. Never mind. We got it.
Ah.
This is why he's the captain and I'm a mere peon.
Sing.
Wow. Zul rules with the Kel'Thas can't start.
Oh, in chat. Sorry, I'm still looking
Yeah.
at nothing's on the
Kel'Thas
Reddit right
can't
now.
start.
Kel'Thas can't start. That is
Oh,
awesome.
pretty good. I like
That's hilarious.
Pat, eat a dick.
I almost wish this was like actually someone's fault and we fixed it, but it's not.
I guess this means we can't do in-house ARAMs right now. Shit.
Can't do anything in the house right now.
Playing with friends is now banned.
Right?
Undetected.
Playing with friends is. You will solo queue.
You will solo. You wanted solo queue. You got it.
Yeah. Right?
Okay, we're gonna start this.
That's
Our
not
heroes
a
are
draft.
still picked.
Oh, everything's okay.
Yeah, everything should still be as it was. All right, we're readying up.
Let's. Fingers crossed.
All
Here
right,
we go.
here we go. Button is hit.
Don't screw us this time,
I'm
Blizzard.
sweating. Is it bad that I'm sweating?
I'm drenched.
Oh, loading screen.
Hey.
See you on the other side, boys.
Play the video
Alright.
game.
Good luck, good luck.
Alright. Oh man.
Oh,
Alright, Wolf,
man.
calling you back. Alright, do I have Wolf? I have Wolf.
They did ask us to pause it when it started.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, you hopped out just a second earlier.
Okay.
That was a hassle. Oh man.
Oh my goodness. What a pain in the dick.
I think I'm gonna have to go get me a Mike's out of the fridge.
Get you. Oh, oh yeah. Which kind you drinking?
Just the original. I just choked on Pepsi.
Well, then
Oh,
you should
God.
definitely not have the mics.
Cool.
I can't pause because I'm not a referee.
Oh.
Someone else is gonna have to pause. I can't
Oh.
do it.
I don't think we can even talk to them.
No, because we're not referees. So that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's got it.
gonna pause. That was one hell of a draft. All right, so I mean, you know what? Let's go ahead and run down. Let's run down everything because we don't even know who picked what. So now that we're 35 minutes later in a game, for Team CCS we have Crushinator on the Cassia, Eric Elric on Luli, the Murder Hornet, Ulysses on Hogger, Michaelin on Hanzo, and the Dwarf bringing it to the front on Diablo. That is Team Kel'Thas. Can't spell. Wolf, who we got over here on the right side?
And we have Simon on Stukov, Fracture on the Leo. We have Surefire on the Falstad, Unicycle Yay is on the Variant, and Team Swole bringing it out on the Orphea for US Army.
Alright, so both teams coming out to the mid lane. No one's splitting up yet. We do have Stacking Quest out of Cassia, stacking out of Varian. That looks like probably going to be a taunt Varian with a Lion's Heart and also no other real tank. Falstad and Stukov yet to pick their talents. There is the new version, Frequent Flyer, that's what it's called, the new seasoned marksman for Falstad, and Stukov doing Stukov things. Anything in particular you like, other than the fact that we have a game, that you like to see out of those early talent points?
I don't know anything about new Falstad, so I would like to see how frequent flare goes.
I've heard that that's the build, but I've also heard the W build still has a few little overpoweredness to it that's not supposed to be there. So
Well, yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed they didn't take the W build because it's dishonorable discharge and they're the army. So
right, you know, that is a very good point, and the memes have been missed already.
yeah.
I hope everybody enjoyed your 34 minutes of free point gathering in exchange for nothing else happening. So I do expect to be ripped. I also expect Pat to make a meme, the meme of the big bulk dude. It's like, dude, how'd you get so ripped? Every time we disconnected from a custom game, I did 1 push-up.
Man, I don't think I can even do a push-up at this point. So.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't know either.
It's the thought that counts.
If it's a thought that counts, I should be jacked. I should make full look small.
Alright, so early camps going out for both teams, picking up those siege camps. CCS down already on the bottom side, getting that neutral camp. US Army Esports not looking for anything. General Varian with his shield. Gets charged by the Diablo, gets cut out, gets flipped over, but not a whole lot of damage coming out to follow up, but that's okay. There's nothing left to say. He's level 4, he's got taunt. Now he needs to be with his team. Level 4 to 10 is when this taunt variant will shine.
Going to look for those early game picks. They'll have Falstad to get so fly. Leo's stepping away with that spooky ghost.
Yeah, really good ghost walk. Gets caught out kind of hard though. That 4v2 that the rest of the team didn't really want to respond to, but that's okay. They're getting soaked down the bot lane. XP pretty even at the moment. Only about 200 to 300 difference. Less than 200 now. As they are just making the rotations, getting soaked, staying safe. No one's died yet, so sounds like this is going to be a boring game, Wolf.
Maybe it'll get more exciting the further we get in.
Hopefully. Ooh, a nice flip onto Varian. I hear that guy's kind of a jerk. There he comes back in onto the Diablo. Dwarf getting haunted. Dwarf, really low health. Is he going to make it out? No. First blood. Diablo going over to Falstad, and then Spooky life grab onto the Hanzo just for an extra measure, but no extra death. And now US Army Esports going to have control over this first objective.
Hogger just stayed in the mid lane and continued getting some soak while that was going on. And he's made his way top.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt a give and win the race to 10 call right now, as I'm showing basically nothing except Leoric walking back and forth, hoping that something will spread out. But now we do have a 4v4 here on the objective. Leoric and Hogger are skirmishing on the rotation with a flip on the Varian. Varian gets blinded by the Cassia, and the first objective does go over to US Army Esports. This is a Frozen Punisher, a really strong one to have right now, going to be really good push value. And let's see John Cena come from the top rope onto the Dwarf. There it is, it's done. The punches, I promise this is not fake, ladies and gentlemen. That is real damage going out onto the Diablo as US Army Esports is taking out the structures.
Diablo's sitting at about 30 souls right now, so he's still very squishy.
Yeah, Diablo not a real boy yet either. Varian with that taunt, definitely a much stronger hero right now. And Diablo without the souls, probably just head to head about even with Varian, but Varian has a little bit better lockdown and they can blow up that Diablo. Kelladorn with the subscription. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming back now that I'm casting fairly regularly. It's good to see you. And a cheer from Kelladorn for CCS. I forgot a prediction. I could have done about 10 predictions about are we going to get a game. So Wolf, I'm gonna let you have the floor while I figure this out.
Alright, so CCS picking up their left camp. Hogger and Leo are both just kind of going around, stopping each other from getting full rotations. CCS invading for the spot camp, flips the Varian, silence goes out, and we have Falstad just hitting away while everyone's focusing Variant. Dwarf's getting low, and Orphea gets the kill, but CCS gets the camp.
So really strong take on the camp. The counter invade not quite working out, but Variant looking really low with 44 health and walks out. Cassia is super disappointed right now. Almost had the kill. Joustin with the holler of fake damage. I don't know who the fake damage is on this game. I don't see any poison damage. I guess maybe Leoric, but well controlled.
Not fake.
You what?
Spooky Hand's not fake damage. That one hurts.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Gives you a chill up your spine. But really good control by CCS, going for that camp and not letting USAE bully them out. There is a prediction live now for who's going to win Game 1 based off the draft, based off of the first few minutes. You'll have a few more minutes to make your decisions between CCS and USAE. Hogger yet to pick a heroic. Wolf, you want to give us those CCS heroics?
We have Dragon's Arrow from the Hanzo, we have APOC from the Diablo, Water Dragon come out of Lily, and Valkyrie from the Cassia, and Hogger doesn't get his red because it's not there.
Nope, still no decision from the Hogger. We do have Crushing Jaws out of Orphea, Shield Wall with the taunt from the Variant, March of the Black King from Leoric, Wind Tunnel, not Wind Tunnel, Mighty Gust on the Falstad, and swipey flailing swipe out of the Stukov. I'm really sad. Leoric Orphea missed an opportunity for the dirty bathtub, and I am kind of disappointed. I may write an official report.
I mean, there wasn't going to be a dirty bathtub. He's not Janitor Leoric. He has the wrong skin.
Right, but have you ever been on a deployment? You don't get to shower all the time.
No. I was never in the army. I thought about it, and wife was like, you do that, it's not happening.
Well, we do have a rule in my house. We shower every Friday, whether we need it or not. So, you know.
Hanzo just getting picked out there.
Yeah, nice APOC coming out from the Diablo. It didn't look like it quite caught anybody, but in response to the Hanzo, just trying to keep his team alive, zone out US Army Esports, not letting them get any more off of it. The Hog Wild going for days in the objective, just taking a lot of damage. Then he gets stopped, gets deflected off where he didn't want to go, and Hogger going to go down. That is a 2-0 in favor of US Army Esports. CCS3 still yet to get a kill this game. Looking for them to rally and come back into it. Right now, US Army Esports just command and control over the objectives.
Hanzo did finish his scatter arrow just a little bit ago, so he'll be doing a little better damage on those structures.
Yeah, and it does look like Hogger took Hortipult.
The taunt came out right before he could get that Hortipult off and secured that kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice to have to escape as well. John Cena jumping over onto the Dwarf, who's going to get silenced and taunted as well. The save from the Lily, nice cleanse coming out to get Diablo out of there. This fort looks like it's probably going to go down as well, just like that bottom one did for the first objective. And another jump onto Cassia this time. Cassia marked by the Beast. Gonna get out alive. The Beast going to fall. That fort did go down. Jalston with the call out on the Lily. Water Dragon with the solo Lily. They must have a strat, and that strat I believe is called playing Lily to her full potential.
Water Dragon's always more fun to see. Everyone can have jugs. But...
Absolutely.
So now we got Double Dragon on the side of CCS.
Oh yes, with the Hanzo, Dragon Arrow, yeah, I like it. So now that let's pretend those first two objectives haven't happened. You're looking at these drafts, you're looking at these heroics pick with the team fights. Which team you think is gonna be able to close out this game better? Betterer.
Ooh, that's close because they both look very similar in the wave clear with maybe an edge to the army. But Cassia's bruiser level health and armor, so still very strong. I think it's going to come down to, like, can they get picks with Valkyrie? Now that ults have been picked. I think the early game army has the stronger team.
Yeah, I think that Valkyrie is a really strong heroic. I like seeing it used and used well, especially because it'll kind of knock the other teammates out of the way on the way in. And it looks like Hagar looking for an opportunity to jump in, maybe get a early jump on the team fight, but the APOC following the Dragon Arrow, really good timing. Lots of stuns going off. Flailing Swipe going to be used defensively as Diablo gets cleansed. Unstoppable with the Hog Wild. Hagar still going to go down though. No, got that heal block from the Variant as well. I believe that's the Variant. Diablo does finish his souls after he dies. No, before he dies. Right before he dies. So Diablo's coming back.
Diablo has to start over his soul quest again.
Yeah, that is Mortal Strike on the Variant. Lily getting out maybe, and a nice stun onto the Leoric from the Diablo, but that silence going to not allow the flip, and Leoric's going to walk out just fine.
No roots coming out of the Stukov at 13. It persists after being used.
You know, I like Lingering Spines, and I think because he took Growing Infestation, he kind of has to take Lingering Spines, because otherwise it doesn't last very long. And that root, that's one of the hardest CCs to hit in the game, because you have to hit 3 buttons, 2 of which are skill shots, technically, to get that root. Because when you throw out the Pustule, and then you got to make sure you're hitting that hero with the silence and trait. That's a lot of cooldowns to manage, and so I understand not wanting to, but I agree, it's strange to see it not taken.
Yeah, but once you manage to be able to do it consistently, it's one of the best engages in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
now he may be going for a biotic kill switch at 20, whatever that's called, which I found kind of counter synergizes with the root, because then when you activate it for the root, you no longer have the silence under the person, and so that might be something.
So we're going full auto attack out of the Leo.
Yeah, and oh no, Falstad took some boomerang stuff, but or hammering. I don't know what those 7 and 16 talents are though. If he had auto attack options.
So the 16's an extra slow on the explosion, and then the 7 gives him, I believe, extra damage while his hammering is out.
Oh, okay. So those are, so that's gonna help him get those auto attacks off.
Yes. Which he's sitting at 36 stacks on Frequent Flyer right now.
Yeah. Which when it's 0.2 for a minion and 0.5 for a kill, that sounds like it's pretty good. So anybody that's been playing him in the chat, let us know how that stacks up for foul stats right now. Fortipole, APOC, everything except for Cassian Lily heroics used. There's the Flailing Swipe and the Gust for the disengage. A little bit of counter dis-synergy there, using both Sweep, Flailing Swipe, and the Gust. But they get out, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
so
their cooldowns are a lot shorter. So they won't have APOC for 60 seconds still, while their Gust and Swipe will be up before the next engage.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wolf, you're on CCS3 right now. You're looking at no kills, down 2 levels, haven't really been able to get into the objective. How are you adjusting to get back into this game?
They're going to just have to take the fight that they can get an advantageous one. Try and get someone split off of the map and take an unfair fight 5v4. Just, they gotta run at them before 20 ends. They've lost all their forts, and camp pressure is just thoroughly in the Army's hands right now.
Yeah, and it's hard, especially from a shot calling perspective too, when everything is actually off the map right now. It's hard to know how to direct the team to get back in, looking for those picks, looking for mistakes to be made, and just looking for those safe advantages to take, other than get XP and don't die.
Yep. And they're letting all the lanes just push in so they can safely get that XP. So Army's going to mainly rely on the passive XP from everything right now, while CCS can soak it for free.
Yeah, I think Army's looking at making sure that they're not alone like Leo is right now, getting caught out. There's Martin Black King, really big heal, come back up. There's the team coming in to the rescue, and a 4v1 turns into, or a 5v1 turns into a 5v5, picking up the Lily. Now a 5v4. The Valkyrie misses. Falstad at about a 3rd HP and getting better. And Lily's going to be out for another 40 seconds, so they don't have another opportunity for a fight pre-20.
That was probably one of their better chances, and they were not able to secure a kill.
Yeah, Leo, a little hard to kill. I think their damage isn't super bursty either, so they need more than a few seconds, and so Leo just designed to last for a while. Was probably the hardest pick for them to get, but also the only pick available. So
Sometimes taking that bad choice is just what you have to do.
oh yeah, absolutely. And the wrong call as a team is always better than the right call by yourself, unless part of that call with the team is for you to be by yourself, I guess, but that's like semantics. And so they do appear to be working together, and that's definitely going to be key for them to get back in. There's another pick attempt on the Leo. He's going to spooky ghost walk away. Going to have no health left. The splash from the Dragon Arrow killing the Leo. Chomp onto Hogger and Diablo, followed up with the taunt. There's the silence, the unstoppable coming out, but not going to be enough. There goes Diablo's souls. And Hogwild out. That is a 1-for-1, but Leo doesn't get up nearly as quick as Diablo, even though Leo is known for getting up quick. CCS just might have forced their way back into this game. Down level 20s.
That was, yes, agreed. They needed a fight where they could get a pick, and even with Leo being the hardest one, they were able to secure it.
Yeah, that Dragon Arrow was fantastic. Diablo picking up onto the Varian, the controlled chaos, I believe is what's called on the Flailing's fight for the Stukov. Nice and spaced out, stopping that kill from going on to Varian. Diablo's going to fall this time, no souls to come back. This is 5v4 in favor of US Army Esports, and Leo coming in with the Neil Peasants. I forget what the Q is actually called, but that's one of the talents. Getting a skeletal swing, that's what it is. Getting a slow, they're not able to follow that up, but US Army Esports taking control back and getting this objective.
Looks like we got Burning Despair for the 20 on the Neo. Not taking the creepy hands at 20 from his march. Nexus Frenzy was picked up for extra range on Falstad.
That was a nice Valkyrie, barely catching the Orphea, who gets slid and not obstructed by the healing fountain. Orphea almost gets out, but Hogger's able to finish up the kill, but is he going to get out himself? Really low health. The chase goes on, but it finally stops before it goes into the keep. John Cena just going I can't say hog wild, that's someone else. He's going crazy onto CCS. That middle keep goes down. He's chasing the team into the bottom keep, so US Army Esports goes up to the top keep. Gonna take that out. John Cena sees nothing but the Hogger. I was gonna say core, but that wasn't the case. Falside going over to pick up the camp, and that's going to be the end of that objective phase. That actually looked really strong given the circumstances for CCS, Wolf.
Yes, they lost 2 other keeps, but they're still in the game. They have full health shields. Now they just got to start winning some of these late game team fights to get a lane pushed back in their favor.
Yeah, they have the opportunity. Orpheus coming back up now, so it's no longer going to be a 5v5, but they now have their first fight coming in right now in the bottom objective with level 20s coming in. There is the APOC and the flip, getting the stun. Diablo taunted. Hogger just not there yet, so that was a 4v4 that they didn't want to take, but Valkyrie on the Varian, Hogger looking a little bit low. There's the loot stash, not gonna be enough to help him get out. Hogger goes down and the chase is on. Hanzo, knowing he's gonna die, tries to run the other direction to pull off the rest of US Army Esports so that Cassia and Lily can get away. They are 2 of the slipperiest heroes in the game.
CCS is going to have a very good core defense to stay in this game right now, down 3 heroes. Orpheus just chunking the Cassia right now.
Yeah, Cassia having a bad day right now. Lily having a hard time keeping keeping up with everything. We'll take a look at stats in a minute. We'll also look at those level 20 picks that we haven't shown you yet. The core going down in favor of U.S. Army Esports, U.S. Army Esports. Game number 1 to USAE, and I'm interested to see how CCS comes back for game number 2, because I like game number 3's. Oh, I do not have you pulled up, Wolf. I made a mistake. I mean, I can hear you. We can hear you. I was on the wrong window. Oh, 1 sec. There we go. There's your beautiful face yet again. When it matters, which is when you're supposed to be on screen. So.
All right. I guess they want to do voice draft again. Looks like.
Let's see if it works first.
Yeah. Let's hope that the normal stuff works so we can have a easy record of everything being done.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hanzo was top in the charts with damage, and Falstad was about 20,000 behind him in that game.
Yeah, the damage was there. It just wasn't quick enough to finish off the kills, especially on such a beefy pick target like Leoric. But Leoric, I think intentionally, was the only one that. Sorry, I'm reading chat right now. The Leoric was I think intentionally the only one available to be picked by the Leoric. Yeah. I mean by the Diablo to be followed up on, because he has that escape, and so the rest of the team having the discipline to stay back until the engages are used.
Yeah, and that's just frustrating to have to play against. Only being given one person to try and kill, and it's the one that matters the least, because if he dies, he's still going to respawn faster than everyone but Diablo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I need to apologize, and Murky, of course, but I mean, Murky doesn't count. He's not real. I need to apologize to the chat. I completely forgot to show the level 20 talents. Do you still have that page up?
I do not have that page up.
Sucks to suck. Go back and look at the VOD and see if I show talents anywhere. You'll figure it out. Also, thank you so much for being here. Glad to have you. Hope everybody's in for a good time, because I'm having one.
I'm having one.
Yes,
Even
dear.
with the 30-minute delays on drafts.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, let's see if we can get into a game faster than a 30-minute draft this time. Habeas corpus.
2-hour match before the matches are played.
Wait, say that again?
2-hour match before match is played.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right, we're already an hour in and only one game is down. I can't wait to see where Storm is. By the way, there's a Storm Division game going on right now, which we will go to after this one, assuming it's still going. Those are best of 5s. This is best of 3. So, in theory. But who knows? We could have more problems, take more delays, and maybe Storm Division comes here. We all know. We know where the real show is.
The real show's where we're casting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who's playing in Storm right now.
I want to say it's
Discord, and then like, well, I'm not in that area or near qualifications to play there, so.
Right, they're fun to watch. I'm not telling people to go not watch our show. This is the only channel on Twitch where every day is Taco Tuesday. So, citation needed.
Citation. I need some tacos. I haven't had any in months.
You know what while we're waiting on things to pop up, you know what my favorite interview question is to ask people that like I know I can get away with it on?
What?
Describe your favorite taco.
Ooh,
and
that's
as soon as they start to say anything that's not me, I tell them they're wrong.
See, I'm thinking actual food, and that's just some.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the trap.
Then, yeah, just refried beans, put in the skillet, mash them up, have your beef in there, get the seasoning in, and then you don't even have to worry about mixing them there because it's mixed in the skillet.
Yeah, that makes it pretty easy. Turns out, why do I have a so tonight's Storm match is ACA versus Chili Mountain Academy. I'm a big fan of ACA. After Region, of course, Region, the home team for me. I see in the bottom right corner, Region Network. Check them out at Region Hots on the Twitter. But ACA has been a good team to me in my casting career, so I like to see them do well. We are going to, it looks like, Tomb of the Spidershire. Thought that was, no, it wasn't banned. And that appears to have been picked by U.S. Army Esports Wolf. We're going to Tomb. What kind of comps do you like to see here?
Quick, massive wave clear with easy blow up. And Crush doesn't want the dwarf. He wants an egg salad sandwich. I don't know if that's a good trade. If they put bacon on it, maybe it is.
That's fantastic. Bacon does make everything better. So quick wave clear with massive blow up. So like that Orphea comp again.
Yes, that would be a very good comp coming out of U.S. Army.
Yeah. So I liked the Dragon Arrow with the APOC. I liked having Cassia. I think Cassia is a good hero in general. But seeing how yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready? And we'll chit chat about it. So seeing how USA played that first game, how do you think CCS adjusts? I think we talked about it a little bit, but just kind of to recap, especially coming here.
They're gonna need a way to survive that initial blow up, if that's what's coming at them again. And I mean, I'm a fan of, if it works really well the first time, run it again the second time, and we're it.
All right, voice draft. Here we go.
All right, I have another sheet of paper. I am ready for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up draft number 2 on a notepad.
Crush is in the lobby already.
Yeah, I gotta. All right, so it is W Doodads for CCS's first pick again, and we'll head over to that that lobby real quick. See you there.
See you there.
Well, isn't this fun?
Hey.
This is fantastic. I'm gonna show a not chat channel because I still have a Discord window on stream.
I'm being blamed for this because Valcast, it feels my first live broadcast.
This is called making it work.
Oh wait, this is your first live one? You did a replay one for the...
No.
Oh.
No, it was live last night.
Oh, okay.
No, we gotta watch the Yellow Owls and Uncomfortably Numb last night and cast that with Fujin.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I heard that game was a pretty good game. Yellow Owls showing up.
Yellow Owls played really well. It was fun to cast.
Good. Good. Uh-oh, I missed a thing. Why is this not working? Why? Sorry, I'm having an issue with my slobs.
Ooh.
Well, it's actually not slobs, it's Seobs? Seobs? Refresh. Cool.
Just need a wolf. In the lobby.
Oh. I missed that. I wasn't the last one, so...
Oh, we're here.
Go
we're
to
in the
lobby 1. Well, let's jump up there. It's cool.
Okay. I gotta find it. Oh, sorry. We were down in a coin toss.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I didn't realize. I didn't see you guys anywhere when I first scrolled. My bad.
What happened to that attention to detail, soldier?
You're right.
Just knock this out. Hold on.
Don't worry. I'll be in E4 for the next 9 years. So.
Progress.
Sorry, I went in as E3. I went up to E5 and I made my way back down.
Yikes.
Sure.
Alright, so Tomb of the Spider Queen, it is Crush's first ban.
Mm-hmm. You can fire up the standard.
Oh yeah, let's run.
Oh,
the,
yeah. You're right. We'll go all question marks.
Cardman.
Can we get like a little bit of like breathing room during picks to kind of consult? It's kind of weird doing this without having everyone's input.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
fine.
not stressed about the time crunch. Or whatever.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I feel like last game I know I had like 2 minutes on a pick phase.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Your ban.
I'm
Crush
gonna
when you're ready.
ban Rainer again.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'll type it in chat.
You what? Oh yeah.
Okay. We're gonna ban Diva again.
Okay. Ban Varian.
Alright, we're gonna ban Brightwing.
Right wing.
I've been asked for more emotion in this pick ban phase.
I'm picking Chromie. Dun, 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 dun.
Is that first pick, Chromie?
First pick Chromie.
Alright, we are going to go. One second. We're gonna go May and Tychus.
Spicy.
Okay. We're gonna pick Johanna and Yorick.
Okay. Alright, for bands. We're gonna ban Anduin.
Tychus. Hold on, I'm just typing everything. Tychus.
You're good.
Johanna, Yorick. Banned Anduin.
Crush.
I'm gonna ban Tassadar.
Okay.
Ban Tassadar.
Alright, we're gonna take Stukov. And then give me 1 second. And we're gonna pick Greymane.
Stukov Greymane.
Jermaine Jackson. Jackson 5 Tito.
Excuse me. Okay.
Oh shit.
This is gonna be Hanzo and Deckard.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna take Malthael.
Malthael last pick.
Yes, sir. All right. Hopefully this doesn't crash in a second when I start it. Good luck, have fun to you crushing your team.
All right, have a good one.
All right, let's see if this goes. And while we're waiting to see if this lobby goes, Mel Raven, thank you for redeeming your fuzzy taco lips. Here's your 10 push-ups.
Right, so he's gonna be doing push-ups, and I'm gonna listen to him do some heavy breathing.
All right, done. Nope, that was 10. Did it go? Did we start? Oh.
I minimized my screen, so I don't know.
Oh, they left the lobby already. I was like, out of courtesy to them, I was trying not to like speak it.
Oh, yeah. They were gone before you even started your push-ups.
And did that fail? That failed.
That failed.
Good thing we're still in the lobby.
Yeah. I'm not even all the way out of that screen.
All right, so that was Tomb.
Yes.
All right. Spidershire, where are you?
I mean, eventually we just keep doing the one thing and it should work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my screen's... Okay, there. Now my screen's not frozen. Dog spazzing out. I want a drink. Okay, I'm gonna run and get me a drink while this goes.
Some good naturedness coming out from at least someone. I lost. Okay, so we're just gonna. Yeah, sorry about the cam, everyone. Obviously, this isn't ideal, so even the presentation not gonna be perfect at the moment. We're trying to get this going.
Sorry, my dog was being a spaz. Now I got my door shut.
Gotcha, no worries.
Alright, I am back. At least we can like just run through this part like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like,
no! Damn it!
Alright, who joined parties again?
Right?
We'll get it. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah, Ms. Windabird, if you want to contribute to the push-up cam, absolutely feel free. You can sub, you can dono, or you can just laugh at me as I struggle. But the push-up cam will also double as the puppy cam. Speaking of which, I'll get everybody's favorite little wolf boy. Little wolf boy, not regular wolf. So just to clarify, not demeaning my partner here.
Hey, we all know the little wolf looks better than me.
I was gonna say, well, if you've seen Darian, correct?
Yes, the little
Yeah.
Pomsky.
Oh yeah, come here, buddy. You didn't eat your food. Come here. Oh, you want to swim in your water bowl? Oh, come here, buddy. Yeah.
You do have to swap some people in the lobby.
Well, maybe they should have joined in the right order.
I mean, if the lobby would work how it's intentionally supposed to, we wouldn't have this issue. 1,000 years of drafting. That's fun. It's about to be 10,000 years of drafting if we're not careful.
Right? Oh, I'm still all caps.
Yeah, we're still chilling in the lobby, so...
Yeah, I mean, if we're just chilling, if they're not coming back, let me go ahead and get you back so we can at least... Well, we're gonna see if this works, and then if it doesn't, I'll bring you back on. instead of showing just a random ass Discord window.
Oh, Discord windows are so much fun. Unless they're not supposed to be fun.
Yeah, although I imagine they'll come back here to discuss. This is Darian. Darian Mosnax, High Pup of the Ebon Blade, named before the expansion was released. We, just so you know, so he was cool before it was cool. Alright, looks like everybody's ready, gonna start the game. Oh, big yawn, yes, yeah. 3.
Fingers crossed.
Yes!
Woo!
That's lobby number 2! U.S. Army Esports totally saying that they're saying, let's get the reverse sweep right now so that we don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Calling you back, Wolf. Just that way we don't accidentally run into an issue with somebody coming into the lobby or something. But yeah, U.S. Army Esports wanted to say, we don't want to deal with this anymore. Let's finish the sweep. Kelthos can't spell saying the power must be on our side. So as we go into this game number 2, Wolf, representative of the CCS org, why don't you go ahead and run us down the CCS team.
Alright, so we got Crushinator on the Chromie, Elric on the Deckard, we have Ulysses on the Leoric, Mikkelin on Hanzo, and the Dwarf on that Johanna.
That is CCS3. Kelthos can't spell over here representing Marika. Surefire on Tychus. Uncle Yay on Malthiel. Simeon on Stukov. Fracture on the May. And Team Swole on Germain. That is U.S. Army Esports.
Yep. Looks like Crush isn't feeling well. He's on that green cock.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean,
is exactly where that's going to stay.
I prefer the golden cock, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, wasn't it the entire point of Minecraft?
I've never played Minecraft.
Oh. Just go gather resources so you can build a giant golden whatever?
Well, I mean, so on CCS we actually have Deckard Payne representing Army attire, so...
Yeah, well his full name is Uncle Grandpa Deckard Payne Kane. So...
That's a mouthful to say.
But it's official. In my heart.
And sadly, we have no Janitor Leoric in 2 games.
Oh man, who's gonna clean up after all this? Here's a look at the level 1 talents, everybody in chat. If you see something interesting, let us know. I think Fracture trying to run things in comms forget to take his level 1 talent, or maybe just hasn't decided yet. Who knows? He'll figure it out by level 4. I do like the simple geometry on the Hanzo. I think this is a good map to get it built up pretty quick. And I've heard that the strategy for it is really just firing them off and see what sticks as opposed to trying to line them up perfectly.
People try to line them up perfectly?
Oh yeah.
I just play it like it's horseshoes and hand grenades and hope for the best.
Right? I mean, that's probably the best way to do it.
It's also probably why I'm a terrible Hanzo player.
Isn't everyone? Everyone in A, I should say.
Everyone with more than 2 ping.
Right? Let's see, do we get, we do get heat transfer out of the May.
So CCS looks like they have the stronger wave clear in this early game. Thanks to that Johanna and Chromie just clearing the wave in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, so definitely some good wave clear. I think Joanna's a really strong tank for this map, and I think Chromie in the backline going to be strong as well. So really excited to see how this works out. While everything's just kind of chilling, I do want to holler to the GGS players in the chat. GGS, really strong community that works in conjunction with NGS. This is Windupbird, I believe you play with GGS as well, right? Not Vela, learned about it today, sort of, and we're trying to pressure her into playing. So, any GGS love y'all can send, please do. Well, we just go back and forth, top, mid, top, mid.
Yeah, that was a very early camp out of U.S. Army. Usually it seems most teams like to wait a little closer when they're ready to turn in, get it to go with their weavers. But they just ripped that on cooldown.
Yeah, I like the control here. In a map like this one where you don't have to fight with each other all that much, I like seeing the self-control, the discipline to not really interact with the other team. Just go back and forth, get your soak, maybe interrupt rotations. But really it's just all about clearing them lanes and getting them that purple XP goodness.
Purple XP goodness and whoever can get stacks on quests. Which Decker did go Scroll of Identify, so he's going to be looking to get his stacks through also. I don't know if that's the normal pick for Deckard. I don't know how to play healers. Good unstop by the Johanna to dodge the Blizzard and the lurking arm underneath. Trush looking to get the first turn in for CCS.
Yeah, and it's gonna work out. Gonna work out. Chromie getting the gonna get that clutch turn in, skiing through time, knowing when it's gonna be safe.
Mathael and Leo just playing tradesies in the bottom. Leo seems to be having an easier time clearing the waves down there.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know who wins that. They both do percentage damage. They both have some pretty good sustain. But I think Mal's direct clear might be a little bit of a struggle. I know he's got the Q, but keeping it up, keeping it going. I don't know.
Yeah. They both like seem to be low, and then the next time I go back down there and look, it's like, oh, they're both full health. So you either tapped or you just healed off of waves.
Yeah, ooh, a nice silence coming out from the Stukov to stop the Hanzo from retreating, but that growing infestation going to dissipate and not completely block him off. Ms. Windabird asking a really good question about the objective, about it being stronger after 5 minutes, and I believe every objective starts at scaling at 5 minutes.
So retaliatory kill from Army after Chromie got the time loop and Tychus went down.
Yeah, first blood on the Tychus. There's not a cleanse on that team to stop the time loop, so a really interesting pick. But getting the draw on in return, as you said, going to be big, and we get a 30 gem turn in from May, and oh my Lanta, a lot of gems on US Army Esports. Is that 6? Yes, I got it on the first try to show gems carried.
Alright, so all they needed was their tank and offlane to get this turn in. And a lot of damage up on that top fort from that first one.
Yeah, and yeah, real big. They got oh, let me do that. And they got Fountain off of the mid one, and they got through the wall on the bottom. So really strong first web weavers.
Yeah, and
hi,
CCS picking up that camp before the objective got turned in. It's going to just completely stop the mid push by itself, so they'll be responding top.
Yeah, really strong first objective. Stay a while and listen, gonna stop the May, but the silence coming out after the stay a while listen is done, but there is the, not the Dragon Arrow, coming out to, Dragon Strike, I think it's called.
Yep, Dragon Strike.
But Chromie goes down instead. It looked like a really good engage out of CCS, but a good combo back from US Army Esports. So these level 10s on the screen. A nice root coming out of Deckard and a big ice wall. That ice wall looks like it's going to be a little bit stronger. Going to be able to catch the Joanna Greymane getting the next kill. and US Army Esports pulling ahead. They have enough for another turn-in, but so does CCS.
CCS did a good job making sure their gems stayed in their possession, even with a death. So we have Flailing Swipe from the Stukov again, go for the throat out of Greymane. The Draken Laser Drill from Tychus, Last Rites from Mathael, and the Ice Wall out of May.
Yeah, and we already saw how strong that Ice Wall can be, and that go for the throat. Over here on CCS, we do have the Time Loop, the Entomb with Stay a While and Listen, Blessed Shield, and Dragon Strike. So these are going to be some pretty hefty team fights. This is Wind Up Bird. I'm so glad that you're here. I will give you a 3-for-1 on the pet redemption this time only. And I will treat all 3 pets if I can get a hold.
All 3 pets. All dog pulls?
2 dogs and a cat. I'm not happy about the cat. But if my my IRL mod could help me out with that after this game, that'd be fantastic.
So Web Weavers will be dropped.
Yes, USAE does get the double turn in, getting that they had a lot of gems. CCS not able to get the counter turn in to take the lead on that. But a really good clear so far. The bottom one just drops before it can do any structural damage. And this top one, it's starting to take some damage. A nice zoning ice wall, not going to catch anybody. But the icing coming in, pushing Deckard behind the wall. And Hanzo just barely escaping with the Dragon's Agility or whatever it's called over the wall. Oh. And what a kill onto the Hanzo. I believe that was a go for the throw, and we just don't see the cooldown because of the reset time frame. Yes, there it goes on cooldown. Big go for the throw. Getting a nice kill. That's a 1-for-1 during the objective. Only losing top fort during this double turn-in so far is actually a really big win for CCS. Only the 1 fort, but
CCS will have a good chance to get their turn in. If they push it well enough, they may be able to get it back-to-back after this. Stukov with that bigger arm again. Still persisting after cancel. A lot of good choke places for that.
Yeah. Well, both teams have really good choke play with the May, everything May, the silence. Chromie doesn't have slowing sands, but her damage is still really strong in those choke points. Deckard, harassment, the Leo and Tomb. There's lots of really good opportunities to catch anybody out on a rotation for both teams, and I think these rotations are really where this game is going to be won. Like that catch from Joanna onto the Stukov, the condemn goes out. There's a time loop. That's going to be a dead Stukov. The flank swipe not quite enough to stay alive in the Stay a While and Listen. Going to catch the May. They're going to wake her up because that's how you kill her, and she walks out just fine, riding the spider off to town. And
Dorf was able to turn in his almost 50 gems he was holding.
Oh, Dwarf was holding almost 50 because Ulysses is holding a lot too.
Yeah, Ulysses is also holding another 48, so like if those go down and they're not recovered, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sorry, I'm thinking about how we're drafting as well. There's a lot of stuff going on that's got me distracted from this match, and I apologize for that. I know everyone's being really supportive, and Wolf, I'm sorry to drag you in through that as well. But it looks like we might get to do it a third time with the push coming out from CCS. A nice engage onto USAE, but the ice wall after the blizzard a few seconds ago. Now blizzard coming out again. Good time and gonna secure the Hanzo. Probably a beautiful Stay a While and Listen from the Deckard Payne. A 5-man sleep going out, and a big secure, not secure, a save from Deckard Payne.
Mathael walked away with almost 0 health.
We have a motto, a slogan, a something, an axiom in our house. You only need 1 health to live. Everything else is just a resource.
He lived by that very carefully, and he can't cheat death for 4 more levels.
That's true. But then I hear no one can stop death. That's what I've been told.
I hear that. Alright, so 6 teams picked up for both teams. Micklin really far out.
Yeah, Milan going down. Hanzo not able to escape. Those level 16s, like I said, are out. That last objective really big for CCS. Going up in fort advantage. Joanna on the dwarf getting cut out. No Iron Skin to save the life, but nice spooky walk out of Ulysses. This also just barely stay alive. Let's take a look at some stats while we're at it. Wow, Chromie damage. Oh my Lanta.
And then we have Hanzo doubling the Chromie damage.
I meant Hanzo. Damage. Thank you. They look the same. I don't know if you noticed, but they look the same.
They look the same. I think you're thinking of Tychus and Chromie.
Yes, Chromie does look a lot like Tychus as well.
Alright, so CCS just always has this camp when it comes for a turn-in from the US Army.
Really good timing for that, yeah. Oh, the stay while listen interrupted by the Stukov, but the time loop going out on the Tychus. Tychus gonna get caught in the bathtub as well. There is the Dragon Strike through the bathtub. That's an interesting one. Stay a while, listen back up. Gonna go on to 3. Stukov getting the lingering silence. I think got interrupted. No, well, no, how did that work? I guess he got it off during the channel. I don't know. He goes to sleep, but he got the silence. Things happen. This game is full of magic. Wolf, did you see how that played out better than I did?
So the first sleep was interrupted by the silence, and then it looked like he got the second one off and then got touched by the second expanding silence.
While it was see, that makes a lot of sense.
Because they still grow for a little bit after being interrupted.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But CCS looking to get that next turn in.
Yeah, they've got the gyms for it. Mouthy taking a peek bot lane, or bot turn in. Make sure they don't get a sneaky turn in the dwarf. And Ulysses both with enough to do it on their own. Looking for an opportunity. But right now, the last rights on the Hanzo are going to be enough for the kill. US Army trying to push past and really cut off any opportunity for that turn in. Ulysses getting out, but just barely behind. Mouthiel following with the race strike to catch up. And, oh, and Chromie went down as well. USA E going for this boss play. Maybe Joanna goes to turn in bot, but Mouthiel racing down to interrupt any turn in, so this boss gets picked up for free. But no one's turning in. Mouthiel running back away. I believe that is on a pale. No, it's Fear the Reaper because this map is so small. Joanna really needs to get this turned in to help counter push that boss.
Yeah, or get the Leo there, but
yeah,
Matha still showing he's rotating to the team.
Leo, turn in bot. It's free. It's free, my dude.
But
I mean, I
won't get any value out of this.
Well, they wouldn't get it top, but I think they get it bot in mid. They're pushed out at least halfway, but I understand wanting to get it cleared, get more value. It just, you got the gyms. Maybe you're dying a little more than you want, and you want to at least dump the gyms. I don't know. I mean, you have a really good point.
Yeah, they still cleared that fairly free. Just lost half their keep with the boss. So now if they can get their lanes pushed out a little bit, they'll have a better push instead of being reactionary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have a lot of gyms. I think they could even build up for a double turn-in during that phase if they can get it. But the sleep getting interrupted before it goes off, so that's a short cooldown. A time loop on the Tychus, getting caught in the entomb. Flailing swipe to the rescue, no Hanzo damage to follow it up, and Tychus gets out just barely. They just missing the scatter arrow coming off of that Hanzo for the kill.
Yep, and we do have 20s picked up for both teams.
Let's take a look at those while we get another turn in, probably for US Army Esports. I see Controlled Chaos, Hunter's Blunderbuss. Oh, what's it? Can do this all day. on the Tychus. No one can stop Death on Malthael, and Shatter on the Mei. Run us down CCS.
We have the Dragon Awakens with the Hanzo, Radiating Faith on Johanna, Respect the Elderly coming from Deckard, Buried Alive from Leo, and Piercing Sands from the Chrome.
And as we're coming into this next objective phase for USAE, CCS really wants to stay alive. They want to keep the Hanzo protected. They want to keep Chromie protected. They want to keep their gyms protected. And they're actually up on structures technically. They have a fort, but this top keep looking like it wants to fall. You can see the sand leaking out of the cracks as it's been getting beaten up. I don't know how much sand is in that building, but it's been leaking for a while.
I have never noticed that.
Oh yeah, their damage animations are really interesting. Can I interact with this?
I know you can interact with the gym at the beginning of the game on the top left.
You can interact with it anytime throughout the game. That's actually what I was just trying to interact with, but as an observer I can't, which makes me sad. Good siege from USAE coming out onto this. They're not really getting harassed off too hard. They're not getting a whole lot of damage onto it, but nice two-man ice wall. Here's the sleep for the save. On top of the Dragon Strike, the Blizzard going to catch Michaelin, getting caught in the last rites. That is a kill for USAE. They're going to try to push this advantage into this this keep.
We still have the Beavers pushing in the last two lanes, but they're getting close to finishing up. Still have the camp pushing mid, so.
That top keep does go down. Really good persistence and patience coming out of USAE. All that time at boot camp doing them good.
That is 2 keeps down.
Yeah, nice little sweep through and getting it. It got worn down by that objective. Mei going in hard. She does have that ice wall up. Look for another engage. Probably trying to catch the Chromie Deckard. But they're getting harassed out on the retreat. Now maybe going to use it to secure a retreat. Lots of gems for CCS for Kel'Thas can't spell. And so if they can get this turn, if they can get a turn in, they can probably clear out far enough to secure another turn.
Yes, and they have enough gems for a double at this point in the game.
Yeah, they have so many gems. This boss is going to be up in 15 seconds. And a big team effort to try to get in on this top turn and almost catching the Mei in the Buried alive. The dwarf gonna get the turn in maybe just in time before the snowblind comes out. Blue Web Weavers descending for Kel'Thas can't spell. This is gonna be their ticket into the game, but Malthael going ham, trying to catch the Hanzo out again, and Malthael goes down. Here comes the Dragon Strike. Everybody going low. Lots of damage going out. Mei goes down. Stukov goes down. The scatter arrows going out, trying to catch some extra damage, some extra cooldown reduction on that Dragon Strike, and that is the breath of fresh air Kel'Thas can't spell needs to get back into this game. They're gonna ride this objective all the way through this keep, retreat and turn in again. If I was calling the shots, that's how this would go. Hanzo over the wall, gets caught out though. Wolf, what do we do now?
I want to know why Hanzo leaped over that wall.
What's the keep?
But it was so unsafe.
It was very unsafe.
I mean, he may have seen something I didn't, but it looked like the other team saw death. And Tyke is caught in that buried alive.
Top of the oh, it's so good. Sorry, oh, that was hype. That was good. Did we just finish now? We finished the game now? You don't need to turn in. Damage is coming up. They don't have the Tigers. This is dangerous. I think you go back, play safe. Don't have Web Weavers. Get out of there if you can, but Ulysses going ham. He doesn't have health. You don't want to drop all those gems, and that is dead. Joanna, get to the gems. Get out. How are you going to do it? Oh, 34% health. The greedy core call probably going to finish the game.
All right, it's time for the Hanzo 1v5. Let's see if he can't do it so we can get that game 3. Leo's just sitting there. He's waiting. Don't think Leo can do enough damage to stop that.
Yeah, Hanzo trying to get it up. He does have Dragon Strike up. Here it comes out. That's going to be a lot of damage. It's level 23. They can probably power through this, but Stukov is low. May is low. Stukov going to die to the core, probably. Oh, God, he's staying alive so well. The core's at 30-something%. Greymane just going to town, and Malthiel body blocking for the Greymane. That's going to be game number 2. And wow, in a heartbreaking turn of events for CCS, USAE gets the core defense, turns it around in a painstaking core counter take, going over. What a wow! What a way to end that. I really, solely because I wanted Game 3, not playing favorites. I really wanted CCS to back up, play it safe, and go get that next turn in.
Yeah, if they'd got a pick out of those last few, they may have been able to end, but they were more focused on the core and people started respawning.
Yeah, and that's what you got to keep an eye on. You got to keep an eye on those
Respawn timers.
on the respawn timers, and also your web weavers are going down. It's just it just was a it was, I don't know, that was a hard call to, I think, to justify. Let me change a couple, hang on. That was a hard call to justify, and I think when they go through and watch it, they'll also see, hey, we had the gems, we should have just taken it. All right, I'll see you over in the NGS channel. Do you have access to a casting lobby? I know they have locks on them, but I think as a caster, hopefully you can get in.
I think I do.
If not, just hop into a lobby and I'll move you.
Alright.
Hey, alright.
I have access.
Yeah, let me get...
Oh, I left the talent screen.
I'm still on it.
Okay.
All right.
I did not know these rooms were locked.
Yeah, it's to help. I will, Kella. Don't worry. It was one hell of a set. Yeah, it's so that if people want to do like these interviews or live casting, so that people can't just drop in and do things like that.
Gotcha.
So real quick, Surefire, thanks for the follow, thanks for the set. I owe a bunch of people some pet treats, and I don't appreciate my wife even referring to herself as a pet. So you guys figure that out. Fracture.
Yes, sir.
Wow. What what a roller coaster. So starting with let's before we even get into the game. Also, thank you, sir, for the follow. Before we even get into game 1, 30 minutes of trying to figure out how to play. How did this affect you How did this affect the team going into the match?
The team was fine with the actual games. It didn't really bother us. But I would say because only me and Simeon were in the draft room, like for the voice draft, it just bothered our DPS players, like not being able to hear it.
No, I completely understand that too, yeah.
In game 2 it was fine, but we actually I tried to I was like, you know, typing to my teammates.
Right.
And Team Swole directly asked for Zul'jin, but someone had suggested Orphea, and I misread it, and I said Orphea. So he was like, "Okay, I guess I'm playing Orphea."
Oh,
he
no.
took it in stride, but yeah, that voice draft is not ideal.
I imagine before they make their next pick, they probably would have been okay with. So this is what we actually meant to do, but I also bet you probably didn't see it in time either.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to just honor system because we said it at that point. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah. I mean, with as weird as it's been, in some of these like scrim leagues that aren't official NGS, like even when the timer runs out, if we'd be like, all right, so what's the ban? You missed your ban, but what's the ban supposed to be? Because
right.
and because everyone's dealing with the struggle, and like the Scrim League's different from this, it's to make everybody better, and what way to make everybody better than to let everybody play the way they're trying to play. So,
For sure.
And so, really good job rolling with the punches with this thing. And so a little bit frustration going to the draft, but did that change the readiness, or is this one of those always ready?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a super army thing, but no, I mean, we came into the game with plans. Something we've been trying to do more often instead of drafting reactively is coming into the games with an actual plan. Like, hey, we're going for these heroes, we're going for these comps. So it didn't really change too much for us. It was just adjusting to the weirdness of voice draft and all the problems with the game. It's not anyone else's fault,
Yeah, I understand. But I'm glad y'all were able to deal with it. And y'all did a good job. The first draft looked pretty good. It looked like it comboed out pretty well. The Leo, was he supposed to be bait the whole time? Because he was a good bait. He's able to escape. He's hard to kill. Was that the plan? Especially that one where he almost died and y'all turned it? You were getting...
No, the plan was not for me to get engaged there. But... I play a lot of Leoric, and my team, I much to the dismay of my healer, I tell him not to worry about me when I'm playing Leoric, and I'll tell him, like, I'll kind of handle my own health bar. The weird thing was I think they blew 2 mini cooldowns on Leo, but no, the plan was not to bait anything. Actually, I was just clearing waves, and I saw him coming, and I was like, okay, he's showing face. I didn't think he was actually going to engage. And once he did, I was like, hey, I can survive this. Can you guys get here?
Okay. Yeah, because they were close.
Yeah, because my team was kind of like, I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna go grab this wave. Don't everyone just chill for a second. I'll grab the wave, and then it was just sort of my team reacted well, and Leoric's health regain is a little bit nuts. So we ended up being able to turn that fight in our favor. But no, I was not baiting. I was not supposed to get caught there. That was my mistake. I really did not expect. I didn't think Diablo was serious when he started stepping towards me. I didn't think he was actually trying to get me.
I thought it was a good pick. I really did. I was kind of surprised that you didn't go down.
They did not have % damage in their comp. I believe Hanzo went full scatter build, and yes, the scatter build has that % damage at 16. But I was in the middle of mid lane, which means it's really hard for scatter to hit me, like with the actual burst of it. So
right.
They didn't really have dedicated tank killers, and I think Diablo committed a little bit earlier than everyone else did. So there was kind of time in between the cooldowns, because I should have never been able to hit March. I should have just died. But he gave me a little bit of time because their timing was off just a tiny bit, enough for me to leech someone and get a full March and get all my health back, and we were able to turn the fight.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of sync issues, and that worked out really well for you guys. Game 1 just very, very strong. Wolf, was there anything you wanted to ask about Game 1?
Was there a reason you guys didn't want the dishonorably discharged?
Oh, right, on the Falstad.
Or is that just too much of a negative thing for the army?
Oh.
Yeah, we wanted the meme.
Actually, he prefers W build. Surefire is our single target damage player. He actually really prefers W build. I'm a person who loves auto attack build on anyone who can. As you saw, I put it on Leo even. I told him to go auto attack build because in that situation, Orphea had our ability damage covered, and I wanted him to be able to actually kill Hogger. Hogger is someone that in the solo lane, Leo can kill Hogger, but when he's spinning, if you guys saw him do that spin around the middle shrine,
oh yeah,
not once was I able to actually touch him as Leo. So I wanted Falstad to actually be able to kill Hogger reliably without my help, because I couldn't do anything to stop him.
Yeah, and it did kill him really well. He's going around in circles, but Falstad's able to hit him from every spot, so it's consistent. It's like Hogger standing still to Falstad, so that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the March of the Black Kings. I was a little thrown off by that. You don't see March all that often.
I think I'm the only person who likes the ult and uses it often. I use it, I would say 90% of the time, because of how valuable the Unstoppable is and the healing. But everyone else on my team prefers Entomb.
It's just so much. It's so much better to build a team fight off of, I think.
For sure. And Tomb is insane. Like, you guys saw it in that last game when they picked off our Tychus, there was absolutely nothing nobody could do. I mean, maybe an Anduin or Uther could save him, but, I mean, Buried Alive comes down, like, it's over. You're done. Entomb in general, for a lot of heroes, it's over. Unless you have some sort of burst movement, like Greymane maybe, but... Entomb definitely, I think, is viably the better ult. I think most people should play it. I just have trouble getting value out of it myself, and I'm very good with March. I have always used March, and it's just kind of a comfort pick that I've gotten so used to. And it lets me do things like, you know, walk out of ganks like that, like I did in mid lane. So I like it, but it's definitely not something that like is normal or that my team even really likes.
Yeah, so I'm not a very good offlaner. It's not what I do. But when the times that I've played heroes like Leo or other targeted terrain, I think Leo's probably the best example of it. The things that I've heard about it, if you wanted to work to get better at the Entomb, from what I've heard, is if you focus on using it as terrain, and if you get somebody inside that's a bonus, then you're still getting the value out of it that you're trying to do, stopping escapes, things like this, or engages.
For sure.
But that's, you know, that's just neither here or there for the moment. It's just one of those things that I've heard about. So, was there anything, Fracture, out of game number 1 that you wanted to point out that we haven't talked about?
No, I just
it was so
just
long
want to
ago.
shout out Unicycle on Varian and Simeon on Stukov. Simeon has the most stressful job of all time, keeping me alive because my screen turns red a lot. My screen turns red. It's a really common problem that I can't get off of my computer.
So you should get that fixed.
Yeah, I've tried. Believe it or not, I contacted Blizzard and it just turns red anyway. So, I want to shout out the Unicycle and Simeon. Their Varian Stukov combo. They've been working on that a lot, and they've gotten like almost to the point where they don't even have to say anything to each other. And it just enables a lot for us, giving us the ability to pick off things like Diablo, especially because they banned Tychus and Raynor. They really choked Surefire, which is like his strongest 2 heroes, and they choked him, and he did a really good job swapping on the Faust, which is something that he just picked up after the patch.
He's strong after the patch.
Yeah, I also want to shout Surefire out for being able to switch onto that, and that's all I have for game 1.
And it went really well. So game number 2, it looks like you swapped roles because you were the Leoric first game, then you took the main tank role, and y'all didn't actually. I guess Malthael is a bruiser, but he's not really a frontlining bruiser. So was the role swap intended? What went on?
It was intended. We've been doing it a lot. Me and Unicycle switching between main tank and offlane. I actually main offlane, like when I was in other teams and when I'm in ranked and stuff, I main offlane. But currently I'm actually like the main tank for the team. But whenever we have the ability to use Varian, I'm not good at Varian yet. It's just something I'm working on, but I just don't have him down. And Unicycle does, so it's like, hey, we're willing to make this switch. You know, I can kind of go back to my comfort role, and he can play a really good Varian. Okay. And we can use that. And then, hey, they banned it out. They respect banned the Varian and the, I think it was Varian and Raynor, I believe. So it's like, hey, I'll go back to tank. You're back in the offlane. We just kind of switch based off, do we get Varian or not?
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. And that's really good to see that type of flexibility out of a team. It helps prevent getting choked, things like that. Game number 2 was kind of hairy. As you mentioned at the end of the game, your chest is hurting. So let's go through that roller coaster, and I'll kind of let you drive, starting with the draft. Just kind of what you are what the stuff that you're willing to tell us, what you were thinking with the draft, going in through the game, kind of the flow of the game. I want to get your perspective on it.
Mei is a tank that I'm really starting to like a lot. So as soon as they didn't ban it, because they've banned Mei before and they ban her quite often, I was kind of happy that they left it up for us because I know that they like Joe. And Mei is right now, I would say Mei and Johanna are probably the best 2 tanks in terms of like peel and engage and things like that. Diablo's really good for diving, but beyond diving, he's actually kind of bad in certain senses. Anyway, I like Mei a lot, and they gave us the ability to take the Tychus, you know, put Surefire on a comfort pick that we know, hey, this hero can, like, as far as single target, like, he's going to kill someone, you know? So we took that, again, going for that Stukov, just because even if we don't have the Varian, Stukov is just good. He has a great silence, a great burst heal, He can slow people. Flailing Swipe is an incredible disengage ult. Probably the best in the game, I would say. It's actually wider than Gust, so I actually think it's my favorite in the game. And then we were just looking for something like, once they picked up the Chromie, we don't like fighting Chromie, but I was like, hey, you know what? Swole says they got we're letting the Chromie through the draft, like, we're just gonna kill her. So we picked up the Greymane, and it was really nice. Me and Swole both play a lot of Greymane, and he did a really good job with it, especially on a limited connection, so I want to shout him out for playing Grey. And then, I don't know, it was a good game. They had a really scary team comp with having, I mean, every single hero in their team has CC, because I count Entomb as CC, basically, it's an isolation, which is really scary coming in. And so Swole made a call. He's kind of like our alternate shot caller. Me and him both shot call kind of back and forth, and he was like, hey, you know, while we're loading into the game, he's like, hey, we're not team fighting them. We're going to go for picks, and we're going to try to out macro them with the Malthael versus Leo game, but like, we are not going to win all-out fights with a team with that much CC. So that was just something that we tried to avoid doing. If you saw, we went for a lot of picks.
Yeah, I actually
and then kind of, you know, back out and reset.
Yeah, I mentioned that early on. How, I mean, both teams seemed like y'all had some really good discipline in avoiding each other especially on this map where it's beneficial to avoid each other except for interrupting rotations. Just get your clear, go to the other lane, get your clear, go to the other lane, just rinse, repeat until spiders. So I thought y'all both did that really well. And I agree. I wouldn't want to fight either of these teams. Like, honestly, like an early game, pre-level 10, I don't want to touch any of that. Like, no thanks. Nah, you can keep.
Yeah, and with them having Johanna, it's just such a rotational advantage that we actually, normally we like to do top mid, you know, like a 4-1 rotation, like a 4-man rotation, and just seeing, like, after the first wave, when I saw Johanna and them clear it, I was like, hey, we're not rotating, I'll just stay top. Like, that's why I just sat in the top lane and we let the 3-man stay mid, because I knew, like, we can't match them. We don't have the wave clear to match them. We didn't take a mage. Our best wave clear tool was really, like, Greymane and Malthael, which isn't super great. Yeah, or Grenade from Tychus. So, like,
you didn't have grenade talent, so you couldn't even have cleared with the grenade.
Yeah, so we just you know, hey, we gotta avoid them until we're able to pick someone off, and that was kind of like what our whole comp was based around in our draft.
I got another quick one before I give it back to Wolf. You took a while to pick your level 1 talent. Was that just because of the stress of getting back into comms and getting things situated, or were you waiting to pick it? What happened with that?
On May?
Yeah, on May.
So
not to just completely put you on blast.
No, it's okay, because I did do it. I'm actually kind of surprised that you're actually watching that, so props to you. So there's like two versions of the May build right now, which is like you go heat transfer and go into like all the CC like survival talents, or you go like the WE build back and forth, like the talents for W and E back and forth. I like to take the damage at level 1 on May, on the stun, but it's not really your job to do damage. And after I realized that we drafted like Malthael, Greymane, Tychus, they have enough damage, I decided to actually go off of what I'm normally comfortable playing. We have a friend of ours named EZK who's like always preaching that I should not take the damage at level 1, so I thought it was a good game to actually try it out, you know, switch the heat transfer and see what I can do instead.
Yeah, May,
with me being able to survive.
May can do, I've seen May be top damage in lobby, and she's not, and you're right, that's not the tank's job, but it's there, it's available. So I mean, I'm glad that you were willing to explain that decision process, and if that takes until almost level 3, then it takes till almost level 3 to make that decision. And it's not like you're missing out on any quests or anything like that in the process.
Right.
So.
Yeah, her talent tree is actually now I'm gonna check real quick. Yeah, there's not a single quest in her talent tree, which is actually
correct.
Pretty nice because everything's instant value as long as you just wait for the right time. So. I'll sometimes hold that pick on May because she has a lot of different directions she can go in her build. Like, do I need to survive, or
Remember,
you know, I took the healing talent also because I wanted to take the burden off of Simeon. The less people that he has to worry about healing, the better. So if he only has to worry about the backline and I can kind of self heal, that's better for us. I try lately, at least in the last few months, I've been trying very hard to build and or play in a way that takes the burden off Simeon because I have a tendency, like I said, for my screen to turn red, and I know it stresses him out. So I try to like build to be self-sufficient, so he doesn't have to worry so much about me.
You're just padding his stats, man. All right, Wolf. That was
I'm padding my deaths usually.
Wolf, that was a long, quick question. I'm sorry. So what do you got for game 2 for Fracture here?
I think you guys covered just about anything.
I'm sorry. That's what I get for having him take us through the whole game first. So I'm sorry, Wolf. I apologize. That's
Oh, that's fine. He made our job easy by explaining it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like to let him do it. Also because if captains will talk, I know anybody likes to watch these interviews and listen to what captains have to say about their teams. Just pro tip out there. So the end of game number 2. What's going through y'all's heads?
We're really happy. We started this season with a unfortunate 0-2 start, just playing some pretty good teams, and we hadn't kind of.
To clarify my question real quick, just right before the end of game number 2.
Oh, when we ended, when we wiped.
Just that whole, from your objective finishing up to the end of the game.
It was hope. Honestly, we had a little bit of a miscommunication, and our Mathiel went like real deep. And granted, we didn't realize that he had the respawn talent. We just didn't talk about it. So him dying by himself was like kind of fine, but we tried to go in. So then me and the healer died as well, and it was just like, I really hope that you guys can defend this push with an objective. We got lucky that Hanzo, I think he misclicked and jumped the wrong way into our gray main, so that got really lucky. And then they just didn't quite have the damage to close out on core, but it was all hope. We were very worried that we had thrown the game on accident and that it was over, so we got super happy. We were like, when we won that fight at the end, we were like, oh my gosh, I don't know how, but like, hey, go in. Like, we have to end right now, or like, this game's over because we had 33%. They can just 5-man our core. Yeah. So it was honestly all hope.
Malthiel was doing a great job protecting Greymane from the skill shots. I don't know if that was intentional, if that was talked about in comms or what, but he was blocking a lot of skill shots onto the Greymane.
We didn't talk about it, but since you called it out that he did it, I am glad to hear that, especially if it was on purpose.
Right.
I honestly, we didn't talk about it.
Okay, so I said it in comms. I thought CCS is going to take that keep, go back, get objective again because they had the gems for it, and then just run it down your throat.
Yeah, I think it was fine for them to commit when they had 4 people and a spider, but when Hanzo misclicked that jump and got killed, I think you're right. They should have backed off at that point after the keep. Them committing without an actual damage dealer kind of hurt them at the end, and we got lucky. We got really lucky. I really thought as soon as we died there in mid, I was like, oh, we're going to game 3. Like, that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Was we messed up. We're going to game 3. Yeah, I mean, I like game 3s too because it's competitive, but I don't like game 3s when like we messed up and we're going to game 3. You know?
Yeah. I can understand that. I mean, they put up a pretty good fight. So real quick before we get to your shout outs, I would like to tell me a little bit about. We talked about it before stream and whatever, but for the viewers and for us, tell us a little bit about organized esports in the military now, which I'm glad that they're starting to do, and I'm curious how someone in the armed forces can be forward deployed and able to make a weekly esports commitment.
So the U.S. Army esports program, I'll try my best not to speak outside of things I know because I'm not like fully super involved. So it's been going for about, I want to say 2 to 3 years now, because I've been on this team with these guys for about 2 years. It's based off Twitch viewership, like the priority that the games get. So like while we are allowed to create, like we're allowed to use the U.S. Army Esports name, because there's no pro scene for HOTS anymore, like an official pro scene, we're actually more of like, I guess like the program considers like a community game that gets to use the Army name, if that makes sense.
Okay, so it's almost like an intramural?
Kind of like that, but with like League of Legends, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Rainbow Six. Those are like those are like really official teams, and they actually PCS to Fort Knox, Kentucky, and like that's like their job, kind of like how if you were an all Army boxer, your job is basically to box.
Yeah,
you still gotta do PT tests and all of that. Oh, really?
When I was talking to Wolf about it after, I was like, when I went to the Navy, you know, I was doing a job that wouldn't let me, but I was actually one of the things I wanted to do. I'm not big enough to be a good one, but I have a weight class, right? I was interested in maybe getting into boxing with the Navy. Um, but I always thought those were effectively collateral duties on top of your rating.
It is. It is considered like an additional duty. You don't. You still have your primary MOS. You still have to do PT tests and all that. It's just a program. It's. I believe it was started as like a recruiting effort, kind of like to kind of reach the public on something that's like really popular now. Is esports is gaining a lot of traction and becoming more of like a real sport where players are contracted and have salaries and stuff like that. It's a bigger deal in America now. It's not like in Korea. It's been a big thing for a while.
Right. StarCraft and cereal boxes.
Yeah, so it's something that's growing, and it's like the U.S. Army program, the esports program, is basically kind of like a recruiting effort. So it's really cool. It's really nice because all of us, of course, are military, so we use the same language and things like that. And there's a lot of really cool teams. Specifically the U.S. Army Overwatch team. Actually, we beat the Air Force team. So it's pretty
Isn't
cool.
that all the Air Force does though? Is just sit around and like either play video games or fly drones, and sometimes they don't know which is which.
I don't know, but we beat them. We beat them real bad. So.
That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that explanation. Glad to get some clarity on that, especially like you said, it's good for the recruiting. It's good for the all of the communities involved. So with that, I would like to know, without having talked to the team, without having watched the replay, just Fracture's opinion coming out of the games, who's the MVP, and then your shout outs, how do people find you, team Twitter, your Twitter, whatever, etc. If people want to follow Fracture, find more US Army esports, where they can do that.
Okay, so first things first, MVP for this game I'm going to have to give to Simeon on Stukov. He had incredible silences all game. He flank swiped us out of almost every single engage from the enemy team. He kept everyone topped off with good healing constantly. He communicated really, really well tonight. So by far, Simeon on Stukov in both games. He did a great job tonight. The U.S. Army Esports Twitch, I believe it's just twitch.tv/US Army Esports. The other one I want to shout out, I'll put it in your chat. It's EasyK93. He's one of the guys who was on our team. He's one of our players, so he's a good friend of ours, and he's close to the team, and he streams as well. I don't think any of the rest of my teammates really stream too much. Other than that, if you want to find us for a scrim or anything like that, for anyone watching, feel free to just hit me up through the NGS Discord, and I appreciate you guys casting the game. Really enjoyed being casted. Thanks to NGS for letting us do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to do it. I love casting. Wolf, was there anything else that you wanted to follow up with? Maybe not match related, just anything else to get your voice in there?
No, I'm pretty good.
I'm
enjoying the listening.
It's been a hell of a night. Nothing I think has gone the way it was supposed to. Except for, I mean, I'm sure for y'all expected to win, but maybe not even in the fashion that it happened. So, overall, really good showing, Fracture, and thanks for coming out. Thanks for playing. Thanks for the great interview. Really like all of the information, and congratulations to you guys. And do y'all really get a half day of special live when you win?
Absolutely not. They do not care about us. I wish.
That'd been tight. Well,
but we can use it on awards and stuff like that. You can actually use the U.S. Army Esports on awards and stuff like that. So, and like NCO yards, which is like a review form for NCOs. That's actually like a thing. Like that's actually like a bullet point you can use. Like, hey, I'm on an Army team, and community outreach and all that.
Well,
so that's kind of cool. But that's about the extent
routine,
of it.
Right?
Say again?
You at least have holiday routine tomorrow, right? It's Sunday.
We'll be off tomorrow because it's Sunday, but
exactly.
I don't think it's anything having to do with the holidays or anything like that.
Oh,
so.
no, we called Sunday mornings holiday routine, and it was like other than watch, no responsibilities until noon, and then it's back to work.
We don't go back to work till Monday, most of us, so we are lucky.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, go celebrate with the team. Have a good one. Send some Storm Leagues or ARAMs or anything where the queues are working.
All right.
Yeah, and have a good night. Wolf, I'll call you back. We'll wrap up and give the viewers one last look at your pretty face.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Good
Have a
night,
good night.
man.
And I'm back.
Hey, I forgot to update the score. I forgot to send the points. Let me send the points over. I didn't start the Did I start the?
I don't think you did a prediction for the second game.
I did not do a prediction for the second game because everything was crazy and I had to do push-ups. Thanks, wife. So, oh no, I don't see you. I don't see you. Do I see you? Hang on. There it is. Discord's so trippy. All right, so a really good set overall. I know that you being from the CCS Discord, you would have, or not Discord, CCS community, you would have liked to see at least a game 3 out of that. From the way it started. Other than that, what did you think about the set, though?
I think it was played really well. It was fun to watch. It was great games all around. Just looked like there was little things that may have caused problems to not go entirely to one person's favor. Which that happens sometimes. Level 20, something didn't go to your plan, and you're back to square one.
The team that I played on in the off season was trying to teach me, was trying to instill in me that you only have to win the last fight. But sometimes you have to win more fights you don't get to decide when the last fight is, but you have to you got to win the last fight to win. And so sometimes you need a fight to get to the last fight for you to win it. And that is to back up what you're saying with the post level 20s, making things go right, getting it, because you never know which fight is that last one. Wolf, you said we talked a little bit before. You don't really do much with the streaming or the social, but you are Wolf. You're co-casting with NGS. You said you're pretty new to it.
Yep, this was my second cast overall.
Well, I'm glad you could be here. If people wanted to hang out with Wolf, play games with Wolf, or see if you ever posted anything anywhere, what's the best place for it?
Off topic in NGS, you'll find me all the time there.
Off topic in the NGS Discord channel. Get there if you want to see pictures of bacon. If you want a morning wake up call, I'm sure he'll add you to the at list. There is an at list. I am not on it.
Even though you want to be on it?
No, I mean I get up for work at 5 in the morning Central Time, so like it probably wouldn't bother me. But no thanks. Well, thank you so much for being here. For all of you wonderful people that are still here, I'm Taco here at twitch.tv/eltaquito. Every day is indeed Taco Tuesday. You can find my cat. I forgot to tweet out this one today. It's been a busy day, but I usually tweet out my casts and when my team plays at the Lil Taco on Twitter, THELIL Taco. And Region Hot's Twitter is where you can catch up with everything Region Network. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Wolf, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you had a good time. And everybody, including you, Wolf, thank you for bearing through the struggle that is getting through the lobbies. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a blast. Hopefully lobbies get fixed in the very near future.
Yeah, what the hell. Alright, and with that, everyone, we are going to bid you adieu. ACA just took the win, game number 4, for a 3-1 win over Chili Mountain Academy and Anti-Clown Association with the win, so we are not going to go to that match because it's over. So instead, we're going to go take a visit to Moist Weenus. He is playing Hot Shots. And so let me get this raid rolling while the puppy is apparently eating the cat. I don't know, so I'll take care of that in a second as well. Wolf, audience, thank you so much and have a fantastic night.